Friends, from the business line, we are going to discuss a very important article which explains two aspects. Why the rupee is depreciating, that is, rupee's value is falling against the dollar. And the second thing we are going to discuss, although rupee is depreciating against the dollar, why exports are not fetching that much revenue as expected. So these two issues, one is rupees fall and how the exchange rate is determined. That is the first issue. The second issue is why exports are not fetching that much revenue as expected. So let us discuss the first aspect. The rupees fall against the dollar. So the rupee has breached the 80 rupees per dollar mark. This is because of the floating rate exchange rate mechanism which is happening. The floating exchange rate mechanism is the exchange rate which is determined by the market. There are two types of floating exchange rate mechanism. One is goods market approach and the second is asset market approach. Under the goods market approach, the law of one price is assumed. It is assumed that all the countries sell the similar items or the goods at the same price. That is the law of one price. So the difference happens when the respective countries face the inflation. In India, the inflation is hovering at a very higher rate because of lots of imports of petroleum, and we are using the foreign exchange, and for the petroleum imports are increasing, and the that price we have to pay, and due to which the petroleum prices are also increased in India, and the GST on pre-packaged food items is going to create some more price increase. Because of these factors, the inflation is increasing. Though the similar items are sold in different countries at the same price, however, the inflation will affect the price of Indian articles. When these are exported, the competing countries like Bangladesh, China will be exporting at a very cheaper rate when compared to us. So, this is the goods market factor, goods market approach, which is determining the exchange rate. Then there is the asset market approach. Under the asset market approach, the exchange rate of the rupee is declining because of the factors like the foreign institutional investors are pulling out of the Indian equity markets. So when the capital comes in, the rupee appreciates. When the foreign capital in the form of foreign institutional investors investment comes into the country, the rupee appreciates against the dollar, and when the foreign capital is flowing out, the rupee depreciates against the dollar. What has happened is that there has been a steady outflow of foreign capital from India. Therefore, the exchange rate of the rupee is depreciating. Then the second issue, as I said, why exporters are not making that much money. The first factor is that the non-essential items, that is the prices of the demand of the non-essential items, or those items for which income is elastic. Income is elastic means when the foreign countries are having, the people are having income, in foreign countries have income, then only they will purchase these items. Therefore, the exports will improve. The China and USA, there is a slump in GDP. So growth is declining in China and USA. They have demand for certain goods exported by India, and because of the less income, the demand is not happening and the export revenues are also declining. Those items are refined petroleum products, precious metals, then chemicals. These are some of the items exported by India, which depends on the growth in demand in USA and China. So it is called income elastic. Income elastic means depending upon the income variability, the export of these items also goes up or down. So the US and China slump has led to the exports turnover decline in these items, that is refined petroleum products, then the chemicals and the precious metals such as diamond. Then the second factor contributing to the export decline is that is exporters are not getting that much revenue from the foreign countries because there is intra-industry trade problem. That is the competition from Bangladesh, China and Vietnam for cheaper items exported by India such as leather, footwear, then clothes, that is apparel and textiles. These items India is trying to export at a very higher rate when compared to China, Vietnam and Bangladesh. So this intra-industry, this is called intra-industry trade problem, that is competition. Friends, I hope you understood the discussion on the exchange rate of the rupee, that is how rupee is depreciating against the dollar, and why trade in exports is not getting so much revenue in India. Thank you. Bye.